Hi there. Today we're going to talk about something super important that helps keep our banks safe and fair. It's called Regulation W. Don't worry if you've never heard of it. By the end of this video, you'll know all about it. So, what is Regulation W? Regulation W is a set of rules created by the Federal Reserve, which is like the big boss of all the banks in the United States. These rules are made to make sure banks don't do things that could be risky or unfair. It mainly focuses on how banks can do business with their own friends and family, which in banking terms are called affiliates. Imagine your bank has a big family. This family includes other companies that the bank owns or is connected to in some way. These family members are the bank's affiliates. Now, if a bank were to do too many favors for its family members, it could end up losing a lot of money or not treating all its customers fairly. Regulation W helps to prevent that. Regulation W has a few key parts that make sure banks and their affiliates play by the rules. Let's break them down. First, there's something called quantitative limits. This means that banks can only do a certain amount of business with their affiliates. Think of it like having a limit on how much candy you can buy at once. It's to make sure you don't spend all your money on sweets. Second, there are collateral requirements. This part makes sure that if a bank lends money to its affiliate, the affiliate has to give something valuable in return. It's like when you lend your friend a game and they give you their favorite toy to hold on to until they give it back. Third, there's prohibition on low-quality assets. This means banks can't take bad or risky assets from their affiliates. Think of this as not trading your new bike for an old broken one. It keeps the bank strong and safe. Fourth, we have market terms requirement. This part says that when a bank does business with its affiliates, it has to be just like how it would do business with any other customer. No special deals or discounts just because they're family. And finally, there are internal controls and procedures. Banks need to have special rules and checks in place to make sure they're following all parts of Regulation W. It's like having a set of house rules that everyone has to follow. Now, you might be wondering, why is Regulation W so important? Well, these rules help keep the banking system safe and fair for everyone. By making sure banks don't take too many risks or treat their family members better than other customers, Regulation W helps prevent big problems that could affect the whole economy. Think of it like rules in a game. Without rules, some players might cheat or play unfairly, making the game no fun for everyone else. Regulation W keeps the game of banking fair and safe. Let's look at a real-life example. Imagine there's a big bank called Superbank, and it has a little sister company called Mini Loans. Superbank wants to lend a lot of money to Mini Loans. Without Regulation W, Superbank might lend too much money, which could be risky if Mini Loans can't pay it back. Regulation W steps in and says, "Hold on, Superbank. You can only lend a certain amount, and you need to make sure Mini Loans gives you something valuable in return." This way, Superbank stays strong and safe, and it treats Mini Loans just like any other company. This helps keep everything fair and protects the money of all the people who have savings in Superbank. Let's recap what we've learned about Regulation W. Regulation W is a set of rules for banks and their affiliates. It includes quantitative limits to control how much business banks can do with affiliates, collateral requirements to ensure banks get something valuable in return, prohibition on low-quality assets to prevent banks from taking bad assets, market terms requirement to make sure all customers are treated equally, internal controls and procedures to make sure banks follow the rules. And that's Regulation W. By following these rules, banks can stay safe, fair, and strong. Thanks for learning with us today. If you have any questions, ask your parents or teachers, and keep being curious about how the world works. See you next time, and remember, knowledge is power. This video was brought to you by Get It, helping you understand the world of banking one step at a time. Remember, the only people who get it are the people who get it.